In the land of the world champions, the land of Diego Maradona and Lionel Messi, as they love to sing, club football has always been the burning passion of the people. Their bread and butter, the lifeblood of cities across Argentina. Football is their rite of passage every Sunday. Here, it is more important than church. And in the heart of Buenos Aires, the passion for football burns brighter than anywhere else. It's a city where the streets echo with the sounds of fans chanting, drums beating, and flares lighting up the sky. And at the center of this fiery passion is one of the most intense rivalries in all of sport, the Superclásico. For more than a century, Boca Juniors and River Plate have faced off in a fierce battle for supremacy, dividing the city into two opposing camps. It's a rivalry that goes beyond football, in a clash of cultures, histories, and identities. The Superclásico is a match that can make or break a season, and its outcome can define a player's legacy. But what is it that makes this rivalry so special? Is it the colour and the noise of the fans, the fierce competition on the pitch, or the history and tradition that have built up over time? Perhaps it's all of these things and more. River Plate were established in 1901. Boca came in 1905. Initially, both teams shared a rivalry in the south of the city, but since then, River have moved north to the beautiful and affluent area of Núñez. For this reason, they have acquired their new nickname, Los Millonarios, the Millionaires. It suits the area that they now call home, but it also suits their rich brand of attacking football and their grand, sacred and gargantuan Monumental Stadium. On the other hand, Boca have stayed in the barrio. These streets are draped in blue and yellow, and there is no mistaking who this neighbourhood belongs to. The Bombonera beats to the rhythm of La Doce, the 12th man, their boisterous ultra group. It is an iconic ground for an iconic team. Boca Juniors and River Plate are both highly successful football clubs. Both teams have won numerous domestic and international titles, and the debate about which club has been more successful is a fiercely contested one amongst their fans. River Plate have won a record 37 titles to Boca's 35. However, Boca have won more Copa Libertadores, with 6 compared to River's 4. Boca have also won more Intercontinental Cups, or now known as FIFA Club World Cups, with 3 titles to River's 1. It's also worth noting that both teams have gone through periods of dominance, with Boca winning 6 out of 8 Primera Division titles between 1998 and 2006, and River winning 4 out of 5 between 2014 and 2019. And the teams have yo-yoed in domination throughout history. However, when it comes to the Superclásico specifically, the two teams have been quite evenly matched over the years, with both sides having secured important victories and memorable moments in the biggest derby in the world. Both teams have various claims to the crown of the biggest and best club in Argentina. Boca with the nickname La Mitad Más Una, half plus one, and River La Más Grande, the biggest. Both claim to be the most supported and storied teams in the country, in a debate that will go on forever. Boca don't let River fans forget that they were infamously relegated to La B in 2011 for the first time in their history, nicknaming them River with a capital B. River, however, now enjoy singing about those who died in Madrid, as in 2018, the two great rivals faced each other in the final of the Copa Libertadores, something that had never happened before. The final was played in Madrid after security issues in Buenos Aires cancelled the final twice in 2 days. In the Spanish capital, River would beat Boca to lift the famous trophy, but more importantly, to do so after beating their rival in the final, River now claim eternal bragging rights. It's like the Milan derby, the Classico, or the Old Firm in the Champions League final. If you win that, you'll talk about it forever. At times in the past, the rivalry has boiled over, even including the deaths of some fans in the name of football, something that should never happen. The rivalry is still as spicy as ever, but with no away fans at Argentinian league matches, at least match days are less susceptible to big issues. Boca are currently in a time of crisis, with River cruising at the top of the league, but that will mean nothing ahead of the upcoming Superclásico. Many Boca and River fans would prefer a Superclásico win than a league title. That's what it means. Walk through the streets of Buenos Aires and you will see the colours of both teams everywhere. their crests tattooed on thousands of people. Fanfare in Buenos Aires is truly religion. But this doesn't stop these two going to war. The biggest, loudest, and most colourful rivalry in world football splits the city in Buenos Aires, and it's beautiful.